Hi Scorpio, Trishna here. Welcome to your September 2021 love, psychic, and tarot reading. So what I'm feeling for you, Scorpio, for September 2021 is I feel like in your relationship, things seem to be going really well, but I also feel like you kind of just want to cry. And this is a general reading, so it's going to apply differently to different Scorpios, and I'm feeling a few different scenarios. But for some of you, the reason why you want to cry is because things are going so well. Like, it's so amazing, it's so good, you're so happy that you feel all this joy and it just overbrims you and just makes you want to cry because it's just like so much that you almost have to let some of it go, and sometimes that has to be let go through tears. And a lot of times when we're so filled with joy and there isn't enough room and we cry it out, it's because there are all these previous blocks or these previous walls or these previous hurts that we've been holding on to, that there's so much joy they can't be in the body anymore, so the joy pushes them out and they come out as tears. And so that's why it can feel a little bit mixed, like, well, I feel really happy, but why am I crying? It's because you feel so happy that there isn't any room for the hurt that you've been holding on to anymore, and so you must cry it out to release it. And then you start getting acclimated to being able to hold on to that joy and happiness without needing to cry. Like, now you've let go of things and made space for more joy in your life, and you don't need to cry it out. But before, it's because there wasn't enough space because of the hurt, etc. So I feel like that's what's going on with you, Scorpio. I feel like that's likely why you're happy, but you also want to cry. I feel like maybe you've been wondering about how those two things can work together, how you can be happy but want to cry, and it's maybe made you question, are things actually as good as I think that they are? Because if they were, then I wouldn't want to cry, even if it's crying of happiness. So I think that there's some thoughts that are going on in your mind that are making you doubt how good you feel. And, I think Scorpio, you being a very emotional sign, and being a water sign, I think that it is important for you to pay attention to your emotions. And when you pay attention to them, you can understand what needs to be surfaced and what you need to be paying attention to and what lessons you need to learn next. So I do think it's important for you to do that. I do think, though, that in this particular case, because sometimes for you, whenever you have your emotions, you're able to make good decisions off of those emotions just because you are so much more in tune with your emotions than most of the rest of us are. Most of us need to feel our emotions and learn to connect with them, but not necessarily make decisions based off of them. We need to be in a more balanced state when our emotions are calmer so our mind can make a better decision. For you, Scorpio, you are so in tune with your emotions that you can be in an emotional state and know exactly what decision you need to make and it still be the right one. I do feel right now, though, Scorpio, that you should ride this out and just see where it goes for the next 1 to 2 months. And if you're still feeling like there's some hesitation or doubts, then you can make the appropriate decision. But I feel like right now, just because there's joy and there's crying, and like the explanation that I gave just now about why that can happen, that you need to kind of allow yourself to embrace that joy and hold on to more joy and train yourself to be able to handle more joy before you can make a decision. So you're kind of allowing your emotions to continue for now without making a decision on them, just because you kind of need to practice this. You need to be able to bring in more love and joy. And you need to let go of a lot of the hurts so that you can evolve regardless of what decision that you're going to make in the future. All right, Scorpio, so now let's get into the tarot portion of this reading. So the first card that we have is the Seven of Wands. I feel like you have been holding on to a lot of hurt, a lot of struggles, battling things that maybe you didn't need to battle because they weren't outside of you. They were really things that were within you. And I think that this speaks to the hurt that is now being removed from all the joy and the love that you are currently feeling. And it's important for you to make room for the joy and the love so you can accept more of it. If you don't make that room, then you're always going to be stuck in this kind of fighting mode, always questioning it, always kind of doubting it. Or if there's a lot of love and you believe it, but then one little thing is off, then you start to question it and wonder about it. So you need to release all this hurt that you're holding on to. It's really important so that you can be happy in any relationship that you choose to be in this one or one in the future, and really trust the person and really allow yourself to be loved, because you haven't fully allowed yourself to do that in many ways. And then we have the Eight of Wands, and I feel like this, so Eight of Wands generally represents fast communication coming in, like very quickly. I feel like for you, this is really representing what we're talking about, which is a lot of joy coming in really fast, really hard, and really heavy. And that's what I feel like this is referring to for you. Then we have the Seven of Cups. So I feel like all of this joy is opening up a whole new world, because all this joy is coming in and it feels amazing. You're learning to love more, getting more practice at allowing yourself to be loved and be happy. You're releasing a lot of these hurts that were creating conflicts within as well as without. And now your whole world is starting to open up. You are starting to embrace this feeling of happiness, and it's starting to become normal, or it will start to become normal as the month goes on. And when happiness is something that becomes your new normal, that's your new mentality, your new emotional state, your new way of looking at the world, your whole world changes, because perception is what transforms the world that you live in and the experience that you have. Both in terms of how you understand the world and how you read the world, but also in terms of how you shape the world from a manifestation perspective. So a whole new world has opened up for you. There are all these choices that you can have, all these possibilities that you're now starting to think of, or that you will start to think of, because now that you know how good you can feel and you're looking at the world from a different lens, you see all these wonderful, beautiful things that you could have that you didn't even consider before, that never came to your mind before, because it just wasn't in a realm of possibility for you. So why would you even think about it, or why would it even come to your mind at that point in time? So a whole new world is opening up for you, Scorpio. And on top of that, you have, or you're going to have, as you get practice with this really beautiful way of being able to handle the world too. Not only is the world opening up to you, but you know how to engage with it in more powerful ways. So that means that you could go down a path that maybe has some negatives in it, and you know it has some negatives in it, but as you go down the path, you feel totally fine. You're just like, you know what, if something negative happens, I can handle it. I'm tough, I can handle it. I know exactly how I can deal with it in that moment should that happen. Or you may go after something that's really good and know, you know what, this is really good and it's possible for me. And you can feel good about it, and you can accept it working out for you. Maybe in the past, you weren't able to accept good things working out for you. And so you created conflicts to self-sabotage because you couldn't accept that they could work out for you. Even if you went after them, you would self-sabotage yourself because you just mentally you couldn't accept that they would work out for you. And so when our entire self is not aligned, different aspects of us, emotional or mental or whatever, will thwart us. We have to get all of ourselves into alignment, and then we can move forward and reap the success that we're looking for. And now you're starting to do that. With that, if there's something good that you really want to go after and it doesn't work out, you're also okay with that. You can look at that and be like, hey, I just want to try it. Or, you could go down that path believing it's going to work out. And if it doesn't, be like, you know what, I tried it and I learned X, Y, Z, and I know so much more now. And I know exactly how to utilize this knowledge. I know exactly what I'm going to try next with everything that I've learned. And I'm going to learn so much more. And I'm just going to keep evolving and evolving and evolving. And I'm just going to hit that pinnacle in the right time as I go through my journey. I feel like you're very open to life being a journey now. And that's really important, because I know a lot of times when we want to manifest, we want to go straight to the end result, and we want it now, and we want it fast, and we want it perfect. And life is a journey. If we can't have everything that we want, but it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a learning experience. It's supposed to be one that grows us in ways that we didn't really expect. And if we just had it all today, then it'd just be like, yeah, I have everything, but like I didn't really grow as a person. So I feel like you're really open for the growth and the journey and the learning potentials and the ups and downs of life, and you can take it all in stride. And if not now, then it will be towards the end of the month as you get comfortable with this feeling of joy. And finally, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is the guidance card. I feel like this really is speaking to the abundance that is available to you now because of your perspective changes. I feel like this is saying this is not the time to rest on your laurels. You have a lot of really positive energy going on. So if there is action that you really want to take, especially if it's inspired, but maybe even if it's not inspired, this is the time. You got lots of momentum going on for you. So don't sit on your laurels. Don't chill too much. But don't overwork, of course, right? If you're overworking and it's starting to get tiring or exhausting or feel overwhelming, that means you're doing too much. That means you do need to chill more. But right now you have a lot of positive momentum going on. So just, take life by the horns. So Scorpio, this wraps up the September 2021 love reading for my Scorpios. I hope that it served you and that it gave you the guidance that you needed or that you were looking for. If you like this video, please give me a like and a subscribe. Please share this video with anybody else who you think it could serve, or maybe share the channel if they have a different sun sign or moon sign or rising sign than you do, so that they can get this kind of guidance as well. If you're interested in personalized readings, I do offer those as well. You can check out the link in the description box below. And I offer a few different kinds of readings, love readings, of course. I also offer, for example, a year ahead reading where you can look at the year ahead, or we will look at the year ahead together, the different categories of life for the next 12 months, and just see how they're all going to play out, what some of the major themes are for you, and basically how you can navigate over the next year. This is a great reading to give to a friend for their birthday as a birthday gift. It's a great reading to get on your birthday as well for the year ahead. Obviously, you can get this done in the new year as well for the year ahead there, or really just any day if you could use a revamp of your year and you want to start planning now. So if you're interested in that or any of the other readings, check out the link in the description box below, and I will see you in my next video.